Good morning, CrossFit Glasgow. Today's workout is 3 rounds for time. We have 4 movements to go through. First movement is 12 single arm shoulder to overhead. This is 12 per arm, or an archer push-up, 12 per side. 9 dumbbell thrusters, either 5 with a single arm thruster on one side, 4 on the other side, or 2 arms if you have 2 weights to put overhead, and you're doing 9 with both arms, okay? Alternative movement, if you have no weights for that, is a squat with a jump, working on explosivity, can't say that word properly, and really jumping as high as you can, okay? 6 burpees is the next movement. The burpee's the burpee, we're not changing anything there. And finishing with 3 wall climbs, okay? You can manage a wall climb as high as you can, always keeping in mind what goes up must come down safely, okay? We don't want to be crashing about, throwing ornaments around the room today. Wear shoes for this and make sure it's on a wall that you're not worried about marking, because the shoe may mark the wall. Even a door, if you are doing it on a door, tell people in your house that you're doing this so they don't open the door. But if you have that on film, please share that with the group, because that'll be fun to watch. Okay, the other option for the wall climb is you can simply pop your feet on the wall, head goes through your arms, and you hold that position for 5 seconds if you don't want to move your hands or you're not quite at that stage yet. The scale for silvers and scale today is the same thing, but just take the movements I'm going to demo, the scaling options for that. I'll be covering off those movements as we go through each movement, okay? The reps stay the same. Tonight we have shoulder mobility with Kai, so that's at 5:30 on Zoom. Get involved in that. If you can't manage that class or make that class tonight, they're all put on the members hub and generally on our Facebook members page as well. So if you're not a member on our Facebook page, just request to be a member and we will accept that right away. So get involved in that. That's going to really help. It's pretty shouldery today. Okay, so warm up is going to be, I'm going to take you through that first, and then we're going to get into the movement standards. It's going to be 3 rounds, and we're just working on for 20 seconds per movement. Okay, so just set a clock, have a running clock. We are starting with shoulder taps down in that plank position. We're going to go for 20 seconds right up on those toes, pushing hard through the shoulders, so I don't want to see any sagging here. Pushing up hard, shoulder taps, 20 seconds, okay? Come up from that, we're going to go straight into 20 seconds of fast feet, okay? Take an athletic position here like you're going to catch a ball. Feet move fast and just small little taps on the floor, okay? 20 seconds of that, then we're going into the air squat. Feet placed underneath our shoulders, hips back and down. Go for your full depth here. Always standing tall, opening that hip up on every rep. Okay, back to fast feet for 20 seconds. Then we're going to go for 20 seconds of push-ups. So back to that plank position. Again, really thinking of pushing through the shoulders. Elbows go back, chest and thighs to floor, pushing up tall. Okay, 20 seconds of that. If you need to go to your knees for these, then please do so, or descend on the toes and then back up on the knees. And then we finish each round with another 20 seconds of fast feet, okay? That's 1 round. I want you to do 3 rounds altogether of the warm-up. Getting into the movements for the workout. Shoulder to overhead, we have a choice of movements. Feet are going to be planted underneath our hips, facing straight forward. We can do a strict press here. So when I'm doing a strict press, my main focus is to pull my rib cage down, keep my bum squeezed tight. Should I go to this side? And you are pressing up and overhead, bicep to ear. Okay, full lockout overhead. 12 on one side, swap sides, 12 on the other. To make this a little easier, if your weight is heavier, so do the strict press. If you have a really light weight, it's going to challenge you a little bit more. If the weight is a little bit heavier, you can go to a push press. So knees are going to take a small bend. You're just going into a very shallow dip, but your body's keeping upright. You're going to stand, squeeze your bum, and pop that weight overhead. Weight comes down to shoulder, back down into the dip. 12 on each side, okay? If the weight's really heavy or you're getting a little fatigued, you can go to the push jerk, which is just the dip, drive, redip underneath, stand tall at the finish of every movement, okay? So my hips are extended and open while that weight is overhead. That's my finished position. Then the weight can come down, reinitiate that dip, stand tall, back down shoulder, okay? If you have no weights at all, now you can make up weights here. You can use the milk jugs full of sand or stones or whatever you can find. Bags of flour, as long as they don't fly around everywhere, like I would wrap that bag in another bag. But find something, rice, anything that you can weight an object with, you can hang on to quite easily, okay? The other option is the archer push-up. I'm pretty bad at these, so I'm gonna do these on my knees. It is a one-handed push-up, essentially, with a little bit of support, having that other hand out. You're gonna have both hands underneath the shoulders, and you're gonna have them a lot wider, so they're well outside your shoulders, okay? I'm on my knees, squeezing my bum hard. I'm gonna come over to this arm, to my left. That elbow descends back and back up, okay? So predominantly working that left side. Then if I go to my other side, notice my hands turning, coming down, pushing up, and then 12 on that side, okay? Second movement is our dumbbell thruster. We can do, again, like I spoke about in the initial brief, single arm, feet placed underneath my shoulders, down into that squat, hips below my, hip crease below the top of my knee, stand, squeeze my bum, dumbbell goes overhead, okay? I'll do 5 on one side, swap hands, 4 on the other, okay? Or you're using both if you have 2 weights and both overhead for 9, okay? Your other option is you're gonna squat all the way down and you're just gonna jump as high as you can, okay, for 9 jumps. Then you go straight into 6 burpees, chest and thighs to floor, always opening up those hips at the top, okay? Your final movement here is the wall climb. We're gonna take the push-up out of it. We're just gonna get our feet up on the wall. I'm gonna show you the scaled version to start with. So the scaled version, hands are placed under shoulders. You're just gonna pop your feet on the wall. Head through, hold for 5 seconds, okay? If that's starting to feel good, let's get some movement through the shoulders. If this is where you are, head through. Otherwise, you're coming all the way up, nose and toes to wall, and all the way back down, okay? And then back up for that second and that third rep, all right? These will get a little bit spicy, working the shoulders a lot, so please hit the mobility after in the evening tonight, okay? That's it for today. Have a great weekend, guys, and we'll see you next week. Take care.